I'm Ratna Bhushan, a friend, motivated and guide to IAS aspirant, international motivational speaker, leadership trainer, CEO, coach, political strategist, and policy advisor. Welcome to ASG. ASG believe in quality, commitment, and success. Today's news from the Hindu newspaper: India believes in peace, says President Kovind, but it is capable of giving befitting reply, befitting reply, befitting reply, befitting reply, befitting reply. President Ramnath Kovind on Friday said, while India believes in peace, it is also capable of giving a befitting response to any attempt of aggression as was displayed by its soldiers during the Galwan Valley clashes when some in our neighborhood tried to carry out the misadventure of expansion. In address to the nation on the eve of 34th Independence Day, Mr. Govind did not name China but held Indian soldiers who sacrificed their lives fighting for the national pride. 81 Gallantry Awards for J&K Police. 81 Gallantry Awards for the J&K Police. A total of 215 policemen and parliamentary personnel have been named for the police medals for gallantry announced on the eve of Independence Day. At 81, Jammu and Kashmir will get the highest number of medals. 81, Jammu and Kashmir will get the highest number of medals, followed by 23 by Uttar Pradesh Police and 16 for Delhi Police. 55 medals for the CRPF. Among the Central Armed Forces, Central Armed Police Forces, Central Armed Police Forces, Central Armed Police Forces, Central Armed Police Forces, CAPF or paramilitary forces, 55 such medals have gone to the CRPF and 1 to BSF. A total of 926 police personnel have also been recognized for their services, with 80 personnel awarded the President Police Medals for the President Police Medals for Distinguished Services, the Police Medal for the Meritorious Services. Meritorious services has been awarded to 631 personnel. No one has been given the President Police Medal for gallantry this time. SC finds Mr. Bhushan. SC finds Bhushan guilty for contempt for tweets. The Supreme Court on Friday found civil rights lawyer Prashant Bhushan guilty of the criminal contempt by scandalizing the court, A three-judge bench said his tweet and photograph of the Chief Justice of India CJI Saradev Bobde astride a bike and another on the court's role in the past 6 years, scandalizing the Supreme Court as an institution. The tweets had the effect of attempting to destabilize Indian democracy. Such malice should be dealt with an iron hand in the larger public interest. The marginality of the court should not extend to weekends, the top court said in its 108-page judgment. Three armed personnel to get a Shaurya Chakra. 3 army personnel and an Indian Air Force officer were among the 9 names announced for the Shaurya Chakra on Friday eve of the independence. President Ramnath Kovind, who is also the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, approved 84 awards and decorations to the Armed Forces personnel and members of the paramilitary forces. The Defense Ministry said in a statement, the awards comprises 1 Kirti Chakra, 9 Shaurya Chakra, and 65 Sena, 4 Nausena and 5 Vayu Sena medals. India hails UAE-Israel pact reiterates Palestine cause. India on Friday welcomed the normalization of the ties between Israel and United Arab Emirates, calling them both key strategic partners. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar received a call from UAE Foreign Minister Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan to explain the decision to establish full ties with Israel, becoming the first Gulf country and the third Arab country after Egypt and Jordan to do so. The trilateral agreement was the Abraham Accords, signed along with the US on Thursday, also commits Israel to suspend its plans for the annexation of the Palestinian majority area. India has consistently supported peace, stability, and development in West Asia, which is extended neighborhood. In that context, we welcome the full normalization of ties between India, UAE, and Israel. And MEA spokesperson Anurag Srivastava briefing journalists On Friday, Mr. Jaishankar tweeted that they deeply appreciated the call from the UAE ministry and said that discussed the full normalizations of the relations between UAE and Israel. While the announcement of the agreement has been welcomed by India, it will also mean continuing to walk a balance on the West Asian politics. According to experts, the normalization of the ties between Israel and the UAE could be followed by similar actions by other Gulf countries, including Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. There's strong reaction from other countries in the region that has deep stakes in the terms of the energy supplies and expatriate populations. New Delhi will also need to watch ties with Iran, which had slammed the agreement, and will see Arab-Israeli ties up as a direct threat to security. And this is the editorial of the Hindu newspaper. Gaps in the casting of India's foreign policy. Gaps in the casting of India's foreign policy. Key questions are being asked about the strategic depth of the country's international relations, and with good reason. At a time when the sorrow comes, not a single spies, but battalions with an unprecedented pandemic, Chinese soldiers squaring on India's side of the line of control, squaring cartographic aggression by Little Nepal, Iran, jointly virtual alliance with China, Russia getting close to China, Pakistan sitting across the line of control, a looming financial crisis, and other challenges. Fundamental questions are being asked about the strategic depth of our foreign policy. Thank you so much.